Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Khaleeda Iman Annuar Binti Shamsul Annuar. My ID number is AM19090064001. Today, I'm going to do a presentation video on my research study on title Which one is more preferred to be a teacher in early childhood education center, experienced teacher or fresh graduate teacher? First of all, First of all, I will start with the introduction part. Teachers must have knowledge and abilities in child development and teaching methods that support holistic development, give basic skills, and encourage a good attitude among students. The qualification of an individual in field of early childhood education play an important role in the development and learning of children. This study used qualitative research method by gaining data through structured interview with ECE Centre honors. The problem statement for this project paper discuss a selection criteria of ECE teacher set by the ECE Centre honors, in which teacher they see more good potential or criteria, whether in the experienced teacher or the fresh graduate teacher. There are two objectives of this study. The first one is to explore the types of recruitment of early childhood education teachers. Number two, to investigate the criteria used by ECE honors in selecting their staff. I continue the presentation with the research question for this study. The first one is, what are the requirements of ECE teacher? And number two is, what are the criteria used by ECE honors in selecting their staff? Next, I will explain about the theory in this study. The theory used in this study is based on this model 1928 by psychologist named William Moulton Marston. The initial this D stand for dominant, I for influence, S for stability, and C for compliance. The DIS assessment tools are designed to predict job performance. A teacher's character and behavior in an ECE center can be linked to the DIS model. When a person's personalities match his or her work environment, the result is job When a person's personality match his or her work environment, the result is job happiness and effectiveness. Knowing oneself allows the teacher to understand others and then learn to appreciate and adapt to themselves as well as the people in their environment in order to establish a cohesive society and work environment. Supporting the theory that I use is the research from Go in 2021 mentioned that supporting these models that I use in this study based on Gu 2021 stated that personality attributes of a good preschool teacher, professional features of a good preschool teacher, and so if they are suitable with the environment, so they will perform wisely in their work performance. Based on the explanation about the study models, it can be in the experienced teacher or fresh graduate teacher and then become a preschool teacher and then lastly become the preferred teacher that set by the ECE Centre. Next, for the literature part, based on Gudang Du 2021, states that preschool education quality studies suggest that skilled teachers are one of the most important variables in influencing preschool quality. Both the teaching and learning processes rely on the teacher, so it is not strange that an effective teacher has been characterized as one who achieves the required outcomes during his or her teaching duties, based on Omar et al. 2018. The enthusiasm and professionalism of recent graduates, as well as their capacity to communicate and create connection with a variety of children and people, based on Biot et al. 2020. To complete this study, I used qualitative methods and the process data of To complete this study, I used qualitative methods. This study used qualitative methods and the process of data collection is conducted through interviews from 3 respondents. All the respondents are ECE honors and principal. The interview with each respondent lasts for 20 to 30 minutes. Structured interview was used in this study to get set of answer from respondent. Data analysis can easily be compared with all the respondent within the same context. Now, I will explain about the result and findings. Researchers found that child care owners prior to hiring a fresh graduate candidate as a teacher, the school put a focus on individuals' personal expertise with children. They are also more likely to choose single teachers on the basis of low commitment factor than the merit teacher. They also recognize that fresh graduate teachers had knowledge and they are very potent on this study. The first one is this study is useful for ECE Centre teachers candidates to be aware of the standards demanded by honors. They can reflect themselves whether they pass out the standards and requirements by the ECE honors or not. Otherwise, they can just add up themselves with the criteria that needed by the ECE Centre honors. The second implication is candidates for ECE teachers can improve their child handling expertise. They can do more practicing with children to prepare themselves to be an ECE teacher. They also can take note on the qualifications needed before they become an ECE teacher. The last part is the reference that I found to support my study and to enhance my study. The first one is Culture 2019 on title Guideline for Selecting Professional Development for Early Childhood Teachers, based on Early Childhood Education Journal. And then for the second one, Gundongdu 2021 on research title Who is a Good Preschool Teacher? Perception of Kindergarten Administrators, Preschool Teachers, Prospective Preschool Teachers, and Parents on the Characteristic of a Good Preschool Teacher, based on International Online Journal of Education and Teaching. And lastly, from Boyd 2020, said research title Employers' Perspective of How Well Prepared Early Childhood Teacher Graduates Are to Work in Early Childhood Education Early Childhood Education and Care Service from the Australian Journal of Early Childhood. That's all my presentation on my research study. Thank you for listening and I hope that you have a good day ahead. Thank you. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.